Just gotta get it back. Yep, all these bugs are on it. What do walleyes look like, Jordan? Well, they kind of look like a trout, except for they got a big old duck bill up front, and they're a lot greener. They have little yellow on them, and they have big, thick scales, and they're a lot more slimy. Closer to a snake. Okay. What else can I tell you? I think it's going to get harder and harder to talk to the camera as the trip goes on because I'm really quieting down myself and not at all shutting down, but just like I was talking about this morning, becoming introverted and feeling almost guilty in my acquaintances with people. But I think it's a healthy thing. I think I'm discovering who I am. And then at some point, I think the hard part will be clicking back to settling in somewhere and being social with people and seeing people on a regular basis and all the little, I hate it so much, but the little social nuances and the little jokes you have to make and the remarks you're supposed to take and hey, how you doing? Good, and blah blah blah, and everybody kind of puts on their facade. Hopefully I don't have to go back to that someday, but I'd imagine I can't do this forever because I do find myself starting to get lonelier and lonelier. It's not a bad thing though. I don't mind being lonely so much. Other than I don't like to find myself longing to have relationships and want to be with people in such a jealousy type of way. But I'm excited for the road trip the next 3 to 4 months as it comes to a conclusion, and then I'll have to see. I still want to do the sailboat. I've become more and more nervous about it because I have gotten a little bit lonely on the road, and I can imagine it would only get so much more lonely on the sailboat. I think the difference on the sailboat would be is that I would stay in places longer. You know, there'd be long trips out at sea where I'd be out for 20, 30 days at the longest, but then I would stay in port in a fixed location for a couple months, maybe even a year at a time, and I would be able to meet more people that way and not feel so out there all by myself. It's a back and forth for me, I guess, because I do like being out there all by myself. I have such a strong addiction and desire to be solo and completely alone out in the environment with my own thoughts and my own ways and real. It's a very real experience. It's almost becoming more surreal to be around people and to have social interaction because it's all those fake facades and people are putting up their guards and putting on the show. Not everybody, but in general. And then when I'm with myself, up in the woods, out alone in the environments, it's a very simple reality. There's no there's no status, there's no need to, there's none of the hierarchy or the pyramid systems that you find in social situations when I'm all by myself. It's me against survival at the basic level. And it's real. It's something I can grasp. It's something that I can begin to understand. I guess it's something that I have control over too, which scares me a little bit because I know where that road goes, trying to be in complete control of everything, which is impossible and a scary ambition to have, because it can become so psychotic to try and be in complete control of my environment. And I've done a good job of letting go of that as well. When I'm out, I realize that I really, it's a flow, it's a groove. It's my travel groove. And I like it. I cherish it. It's so nice to just, it's almost like sailing on land. I'm just rolling with the waves and the wind and letting things go as they go. And if it falls off the boat, then it falls off the boat because it fell off the boat. And if it stays on the boat, then it was meant to be. And it's not even meant to be, because that's so superstitious and it was meant to be. No, it's the way it was, and that's it. Bottom line, black and white. Yesterday is gone. So there you go. Not bad for an interview about some walleye, eh? 10 minutes of video. Gonna have to cut it down for YouTube. Oh, the woes. I'm having a good time. Today was a good day. I caught a fish. I ate a fish on an open campfire. I have a place to sleep. Nora had fun. She ran around and played and got wet. And now I'm gonna start a new book, I guess. I finished Hemingway's Behind Enemy Lines last night. I look forward to writing someday. I don't know where to go with my writing. It's so sporadic, and I guess I need to treat it like I treat my travels and just get in a groove and go for it. Anyways, this is me up in Michigan on Beaver Lake, sleeping in the back of my Chevy Venture. And it's June 8th, maybe 7th. It's a Monday. I keep trying to escape the dates and the times and just go by the sun and sunset and sunrise, but there's always something in this society. Even to get my campsite and to get a place to park and sleep, I have to fill out a little piece of paper that says what the date is, when I expect to leave, and when I expect to arrive. I should be getting way up in the woods here pretty soon, up in Minnesota and North Dakota. And then I probably won't be doing so much of the national parks. I'll just be up there out in the middle of no man's land. And I can live strictly by the sun-up, sundown rule. With no Mondays, no Tuesdays, no Wednesdays, no Thursdays, no 6 o'clock, no 7 o'clock, no 10 o'clock, no 9 o'clock, no weekdays, no weekends, just sun's up, sun's down, go to bed, wake up as you please. Eat it if you got it, find it if you don't. This is me on the road. See you tomorrow.